Alrighty, it is 2 a.m. and I have work in a couple of hours, but we need to get the predictions out. People have been asking it, obviously. Okay, we got to clock in. Bear Ben Global. We're growing this company, right? We'll slowly take over the world. You might hear the heater in the background. It's a little cold. It's a little chilly over here in Canada. You know how these do. It's a prediction video. I'm going to be going through my predictions based off ball knowledge. I don't do much research. I kind of rely on watching the sport, knowing the sport, and having my 4 years of experience of watching every single fight card. That is my experience. To extend from that, we are going to recap year 2026 is the year of accountability. We have the record so far for the year. Last event, UFC 326. I went 5-7. I disagree with some of the scorecards. We'll get into it. I wrote in the notes, poor MJ. Racism prevails. Hey, if there's anything we need to know on this channel, we can confirm I'm not racist. I picked Michael Johnson against Drew Dober. He was winning that fight, and he got chinned because Drew Dober does Drew Dober things, you know? Maybe you saw him reaching for something. We don't know. We don't know the story. Maybe the body cam went off. We don't know the story. But, yeah, MJ got smoked. There was some sus line movement. I think he was minus 130, went to minus 175 or minus 205 or something like that within a day, which is really weird. Really, really, really weird. I don't think that played a factor. MJ is 40 years old. He got chinned. Bad. Bad, bad. Like, really bad. But yeah, I knew the risk going into that pick. But I'm not racist because I know Drew Dober has a 100% finish rate against black people. It is what it is, you know? But yeah. So that sucked. I had bad decisions in boring debut fights. I think except for the one guy who looks like Ilya Taporia, I can't remember his name. All the other debut fighters lost. They were 2-1 favorites. They were shit. I'm never listening to fucking topology pickers again, bro. I really need to lock in. And whenever I see a favorite, but like picking Dyer, man. Who's picking Dyer? 0-2 in the UFC. Who's picking fucking... What was the other one? I don't remember the other one. Regardless, it was shite. It was bad. Long Zhao, I thought he was robbed. Yes, he had minus 2 points in the third. I still think he won every round. So, points-wise, he would have still won that fight. I don't know... When I was streaming it, shout out to my live streams. I do live streams for every single UFC event. You know, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can stay tuned and come along with me for the ride. But, yeah, it was kind of shite. I thought that decision was terrible. I thought it was an okay fight. The groin shots are, you know, it is what it is. The minus 2 points I'm not really pissed about, even though later on they just let Kyle Brahalio cheat. And then we don't do anything when it's already you know? Let's just go against my predictions. Why not? Let's just go against Barry Ben's predictions. That's how we do it these days, refs. I don't know. These fucking guys, they just have it against me. But yeah, I thought Long Zhao won that fight. I thought Cody Garbrandt looked like shit. I think he sucks. It is what it is. And then I'm not racist for the MJ fight. That's what I had. But yeah, the other bad decision, I genuinely think RDR wins round 1 and 2 against Kyle Brahalio. Put a shiner on Kaio's face in round 1, busted up his nose, gave him a mark on the cheek. Strikes were pretty close. RDR was pushing the pace. Round 2, RDR had the control time. RDR got wobbled early on. He had the control time. He had the clinch. He had the takedowns. He had the strikes. I think he outlanded him in round 2. And then round 3, you could arguably give it to RDR as well. But we just gave it to the fighting nerds because the judges don't know anything about the sport, and they just go based off whoever's more liked. That's how the scorecards go. And then Charles Oliveira got it done. I predicted that perfectly. Oliveira's just too good on the ground. Max just wasn't able to hang on the ground with them. It sucks to see, but it is what it is. We're going to keep it accountable with this fight night. Moving into Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos. We are 5 minutes into this video. I promise this will not be long. Okay? This card is shit. This card looks like shit. It smells like shit. It tastes like shit. It's gonna be shit. I don't think this card's gonna be good. For anyone who's like thinking, you know, I want to get into these UFC stuff and I want to watch on Paramount, $10 a month. You know, I want to really get into the don't do it for this card. Wait till next week. I promise you will have a better fucking time. Or I guess the week after this one. Don't watch this card. If you're not like in the trenches like myself, you don't need to be here. Okay, kid? Send them 2-3 years fucking out of the UFC and forget, you know? Go watch fucking boxing or whatever other sports going on right now. I'm sure it's actually more interesting than this card. There could be some finishes though. We're gonna get into this card. Piero Rodriguez, and yes, I do take my prediction seriously. Piero Rodriguez is Sam Hughes. I do take predictions seriously. Women's predictions. We're going to the coin. Heads on the left, tails on the right. We got heads on the left. We're going with Vieira. It is what it is. She's the favorite. She's from Venezuela. Venezuela won last night. Venezuela putting themselves on the map. Yeah, 29-28 women's decision. I don't give a fuck. Sam Hughes is kind of shit. She can get taken down. She's a volume striker, but it's women's MMA at the end of the day. Just flip a coin, move on. We're gonna move on to Elijah Smith versus Su Young Yu.
Who the fuck are you?
Interesting. Yeah, this is the guy who's like kind of low-key doing pretty well. I want to say the Kazama guy was like a fucking singer or something like that. Yeah, this guy's been doing pretty well. A little bit of a... He did good against Vince Morales. I'm remembering this fight. It's coming back to me. He like dominated on the ground, kind of. Vince Morales ain't a slouch on the ground. He's kind of, you know, pretty okay on the feet. Vince Morales, he's not the shittiest of cans, you know, at bantamweight. He's not that bad. Long Zhao, good win. And oh, this is the guy who beat Long Zhao. Yeah, the Long Zhao fight. I was low-key thinking about picking Su Young Yu. That Long Zhao fight, Long Zhao lost that fight. Like, he just didn't fight. He didn't press forward, and he didn't outland Su Young Yu. Su Young Yu was literally just ahead. Like, that's what it was. He was ahead on the numbers, and Zhao didn't do shit about it. He got cracked a few times. He did okay, but he's kind of, like, slow. And he's not that good in the pocket. I'm going to go with Elijah Smith. I think Su Young Yu's live here because he does have, yeah, that AJ Cunningham fight. That was a good fight for Su Young Yu. He like dominated him in the grappling and shook off AJ's grappling, but AJ's kind of just like tough. No, am I thinking of the wrong guy? AJ Cunningham. I'm thinking of, who am I thinking of? Double checking. I swear this is what AJ Cunningham. This is either the twink or it's the big dude. No, this is not who I'm thinking of. Who the fuck is this guy? I don't know who this is. I was thinking of the guy who had like a weird story and he went up a few divisions, got fucked up, moved down. I don't think that's this guy. I don't think that's him. Regardless, Su Young Yu, his striking, like, everything about him's okay. Like, he's probably the definition of an okay fighter. He's just kind of there to be chinned, and he's only 30. Reach disadvantage, height I mean, yeah. I'm gonna go with Smith, but I recognize Su Young Yu isn't bad. Like, he's not shit. He's probably, like, Vince Morales tier, to be honest. So, this could probably go to a decision, but we'll see. Elijah Smith could be rapidly improving. 23 years old, got into the UFC at what, like 22? Yeah, so this will be an interesting one. We're gonna move on. Heads on the left, tails on the right. I have an idea for this one. Okay, that's good. I was gonna go with my... Oh. Who the fuck is this girl? Oh, okay. From memory, she is a multi-champion in grappling. I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm not a fucking LF whatever the fuck. I'm not a fucking... What are these? Yeah, LF nobody cares. I'm a UFC fan. I don't watch these other promos. Yeah, Irina Alexieva sucks. We know she sucks. I'm picking Montserrat right now. I mean, Montserrat, like, isn't that great either, to be fair. but she's kind of tough. She looks pretty masculine in there. Yeah, I mean, Montserrat can get it done. I don't know. This girl, I'm pretty sure, is like a super elite grappler, whatever the fuck, but I don't really care. We're going to trust the coin. We'll see what happens. Coin hasn't failed me this year. We're going to move on. Luin Lacerda versus Hecra Sosa. Yeah, I was going to say, this is not a guy I recognize. Wow, the way of the warrior. What is that? Fleet work. What are these fucking organizations, man? Yeah, losing to Damon Blackshear ain't that bad. I think this guy's good. He's like fast. I'm trying to remember. Did he get finished? Yeah, he got finished. Yeah. Luan Lacerda. Let me think. Cody Stamen. Simon Oliveira is a shitbag. Oh, that's who he beat. I think I picked Simon Oliveira in that. That was just like I was picking whoever was worse. Yeah, because this guy doesn't fucking fight. He looked good in this fight. I don't think he's a good fighter. For bantamweight, like Simon Oliveira really shit the bed there. Simon Oliveira is just a jiu-jitsu nerd. Damon Blackshear ain't bad, but like, I don't know, man. 3 years ago. Fuck me. I'm just gonna... what's Tapology picking? Sosa? We're going Lacerda. Fuck it. I don't believe in these Tapology motherfuckers. Alright? I don't know who this Sosa kid is. Oh, he does have 14 fights. I don't know who this Sosa... he's from Spain. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna go with the Spaniard there. Yeah, we're gonna go Spaniard. Probably around 1 KO. Lacerda just doesn't fight. I mean, you know, and then he smoked a guy who sucks, not UFC level. You know, so I guess we'll see if Sosa's UFC level. We're going to move on. Balaji Oki versus Manuel Sosa. All right. We just got 2 Sosas. Are we in Spain? No, yeah, that's definitely a fucking Brazilian Sosa there. That's definitely a Spain Sosa right there. Yeah, so Balaji Oki's like low-key good. Who did he just lose to? Mason Jones. That's not even a bad loss. He did kind of get like, wasn't he doing like really well? And then Mason Jones got a TKO? I swear it was a come from behind victory. Balaji Oki's a big motherfucker in there. Like, don't get it twisted, alright? These pictures might make this guy look a lot bigger. Dude, Balaji Oki's probably gonna fucking tower over this guy. This guy's not 5'10". This guy's like 6'3". This guy's insane. For lightweight. He's a massive dude. He's thick. But he is kind of like chinnable, and he's there to get it. Like, he doesn't have any defense. Like, when a guy has too long of a reach, they can't defend their chin. You see it with Dan Hooker. You see it with Reese McKee. Kingdom Come Deliverance just finished downloading. I gotta replay that game. But yeah. You see it all the time with long reach guys. They're just never good at guarding. But like, they can do weird shit. I'm expecting some weird shit here. This is a contender? Dude, Balaji Oki's like a tough debut. This guy's not a bum, man. Michael Aswell's kind of shit. Timmy Kwamba's kind of shit. Yeah. I mean, dude, losing to Chris Duncan and Mason Jones really isn't that bad. But am I going to glaze a fighter for losses? Yes, I am. I'm going to go with Balaji Oki, dude. I don't know who this Sosa kid is. Lightweight's a steep division. He's young. Maybe he'll be something. I'm going to trust the UFC vet here. Maybe I'm going to get fucking smoked on this card. I'm just not trusting a debut against like a pretty decent Balaji Oki. Still young, pretty good. Probably has the reach advantage. Yeah, definitely has the reach advantage. Not by much, but Balaji Oki's like kind of good. Like, he's got good grappling. He's got low key underrated grappling. And I think if I remember correctly, he was doing well against Mason Jones, and Mason Jones then had a comeback from behind victory. So we'll see what happens here. I'm going to go with Oki. He's breakable. He's chinnable. I recognize that. I'm still going to pick him. We're going to move on. Chris Curtis versus Mike Tedbeck Orabai. This is going to be another underdog, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'm going with Chris Curtis via decision or KO. But I'm going to go decision because Chris Curtis is very low volume-ish. He's had a lot of bad fights in not his favor, but now that he's at welterweight, I get it, weight cut, he's young, or older, sorry. Mike Tybeck just smoked Jack Hermanson, don't really care. Jack Hermanson went down a weight class after getting KO'd. Not a good idea. That name, I don't care. I picked Mike Tybeck Orobai, and Orobai low-key struggled a lot more than I thought he should have against a debut, like, rookie, kind of looking that Musayev. Got fraud checked by Rebecki, which I predicted, and in hindsight is a very bad look. Orobai is going to bring it to Curtis. Orobai does not move his fucking head. This guy does not move his head. Yes, he's got heat in his hands. Yes, he's up a weight class at welterweights. But I don't really think Orobai is going to catch Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis is really good. Really good. Like, technique-wise, really fucking good. The only time he really loses is when you can outstrike him everywhere. Like, kicking mainly. Like, you really have to have a kicking plan against Chris Curtis. That's the only reason why Kopylov had as much success as he did. That's why I picked Kopylov. But Chris Curtis is really good. This is welterweight. I think Curtis is taking his time each one of these welterweight camps. I'm going to trust in Chris Curtis here. He can be low volume. He can leave rounds close, and I don't like that. Still going to trust in my boy Chris Curtis. I think he gets it done. You know, no contest against Clash of Heads, Amavov. He was low-key, like, setting himself up to win that fight, too. Then he had that robbery from, I want to say it was, the fat fuck. What was his name? What's his name? I can't remember his name. Marc-Andre Barriot is kind of what I'm talking about. He's low volume. Sometimes it can lead to a split. That was a very clear Chris Curtis, but I'd like to see a little bit more volume. Brendan Allen split. I actually disagree. I think Chris Curtis won that fight. There's a really good argument Chris Curtis won that fight. And then Roman Kopylov via head kick is just because Roman Kopylov's a great kickboxer. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to be a master at something. Orobai is good in the grappling. I don't think he takes down Chris Curtis. Like, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'll be shown a fool. Similar size, too. Like, I really think Chris Curtis is going to win this. Like, he's old. He might get chinned. But that's about it. You know? That's like, all you're hoping for. Damn, everyone's really high on Orobai. By decision. Really? By K? Like, really? I don't know. I just don't see it. We're going to move on. Brad Tavares versus Eric Anders. These are two idiots to find out who's the bigger idiot. I see both of these guys raising their hand. I'm going to... Dude, to be honest, if this was a bet, I would bet this one to be a no contest draw or some dumb shit, okay? Eric Anders sucks. He's slow. He's ploddy. He doesn't have head movement. His wrestling is barely passable. Brad Tavares is dumb, doesn't have volume, is shit, brain dead, doesn't do anything. Like, these guys are idiots. Both of them are old. Dude, this is... Wow, man. These guys are bad. Just remembering their fights, man. These guys are so bad. I am going to go with Brad Tavares, though. Only because Eric Anders, I think, is clearly more shit. Like, Brad Tavares at least won't gas out. Eric Anders will. Like, both of these guys, Brad Tavares might have the edge in the striking. Eric Anders might have a slight edge on offensively grappling because he'll actually go for a takedown. I'm aware of, like, Eric Anders, multi-sport athlete, whatever. He's shit. Okay? We're going to go with Brad Tavares. I kind of low-key want to pick Eric Anders because I can so see just Brad Tavares not throwing and being held against the fence and being like, oh, how did I not win? But, I mean, yeah, he did get KO'd. Yeah. That's kind of a bad look. Oof. Yeah, that's kind of a bad... But, like, Eric Anders ain't going to chin him at 40 years old. Yeah, I'm going Brad Tavares. I'm just not going to think about this too much. These are two idiots. This is to find out who's dumber. This is like if you had Marvin Vettori fight a wall. You know? Which one wins? We don't know. We're going to move on. Bruno Silva versus Charles Johnson. Is this another underdog? Fuck me, it is. I'm picking Bruno Silva. Why is Charles Johnson coming back after getting absolutely flatlined a month ago. What are you doing? Johnson, I love you, brother. You're fucking sick in the cage. When you're on, you're one of the best flyweights in the world. What are we doing? You just got fucking killed, man, by Perez. You know? Bruno Silva's legit good. He's skilled everywhere. He's got spots on his back. Might be on roids. But he's legit good everywhere. His striking's pretty good. He's dynamic on the feet. He kind of was whooping Hyung Sung Park in a lot of moments, which Hyung Sung Park isn't that good, but like technique-wise, Bruno Silva's there. I'm gonna pick Bruno Silva, dude. I just think he chins Johnson with like a spinning elbow or whatever. Like Bruno Silva, like the thing with Bruno Silva, he will quit. This is Brad Tavares, right? Yeah. There's another Bruno Silva, by the way, or no, I think he's actually cut from the sport. So I take that back. This is the only Bruno Silva, I think, in the sport. But yeah, this Bruno Silva, his record is shite, and he's not like a name you're going to remember. Getting KO'd by Joshua Van isn't a bad look. And he got masterclass. Getting KO'd by Manel Cap isn't a bad look. And then I think his other losses are also to like ranked opponents that are like high level. I want to say he has... Oh, there's another loss in there that's like a former champ. Maybe it's like Figgy or something. I can't remember. But there's another loss in there that he lost to another flyweight former champ. Silva is good, though. His grappling's really high level. Like, Johnson, I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what the plan is. You know? Could Bruno Silva get chinned? Yeah, he's hittable. I don't think so. You know? This guy, when he grapples, is desperate. Like, he will get you down. He will get your back. Like, he is very desperate when he does his wrestling. Maybe Johnson can catch him if Johnson's on. I'm not trusting it after he just got flatlined a month ago. I can't trust it. If this was full training camp 8 months ago, Charles Johnson just fought, I'm picking Charles Johnson. But I can't do that because I just watched this guy get fucking destroyed in his last fight a month ago. We're going to move on. Vitor Petrino, Steve Asplund. Is this another on... Fuck my asshole. I am picking Steve Asplund. We are going Steve Asplund via KO. Vitor Petrino is a dumb bag of bricks. Yes, his grappling is good. Steve Asplund might low-key stuff the takedowns. Now, we haven't seen much from Asplund, even though I think he set like a heavyweight striking record on Sean Sharaf. I think if he lands even half the strikes he landed on Sean Sharaf, he does put away Vitor Petrino. Vitor will walk into punches. He's dumb. He doesn't move his head. He does kicks. He showboats, but he doesn't do shit. I'm picking Steve Asplund via KO in round 1. We're going to move on. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that Vitor Petrino is coming off roids. I don't give a fuck Vitor Petrino looks like he's literally a bulldog. And if you look, when you see these two, you will know which one you want to pick via physique, okay? But I'm trusting Steve Asplund. All right, former fat boy stand-up. All right, former 300 pounds. I think he was like 450, whatever. Hey, we stand up. We stand on business when we come to town, all right? We're going to move on. Rahiki versus Harry Hardwick. I'm 99% sure this is the guy I watch almost get chinned in this Contender Series, and then he came back. Harry Hardwick just doesn't defend kicks. This guy does a lot of kicks. 1 + 1 = 2. I'm going Rahiki via decision. Rahiki's very scrawny. I don't know how he's a featherweight. I really feel like, dude, low-key looks like... Maybe I'm off on the sizes. Low-key looks like a fucking flyweight. Young as shit, I get that. He is there to be chinned, so Harry could actually get his first win in the UFC here. But dude, Harry Hardwick's got no... Like, his legs are toothpicks. You could look at them a little too hard and they'll snap. Like, I don't know what else to say about Harry Hardwick, you know? But he's got wins, I guess. And he's probably skill-wise all there. And that was a short notice Caio Fernandez debut, to be fair. And Caio Fernandez is a leg kick specialist, so, you know, 1 + 1 = 2 there. I am going to go with Rahiki, though. I could so see Harry Hardwick pulling it off because Rahiki isn't looking that, like... He's like a really bad O'Malley. Like a really bad O'Malley. But he's got the showboating. He's got the, you know, kicks and everything. Or no, who's like... He's a young Yair. You know? A little bit chinny. but he's got the kicks. He's got the question mark kicks. He's got the whale kicks. The boxing is a little sus, so I could see him getting outboxed. I am going to go with Rahiki, though. We're going to move on. Andre Philly, Jose Delgado. This is Jose Delgado. Some people think he got robbed by Nathaniel Wood. I don't. But I do think Jose Delgado's legit skilled. I think Andre Philly has no chin. I genuinely think he has no fucking chin. I don't know how he beat Christian Rodriguez. I think if I remember correctly, I don't even agree with that scorecard, but yeah, I'm going to go with Jose Delgado. I reckon he probably gets him done in round 1. Jose's fast. He's explosive. He dropped Nathaniel Wood in round 1. If he lands the same blow, Andre Philly's going out cold. We love our big booty Latinas, but I really don't think Andre Philly is going to be able to get this one done. We're going to move on. Umar Sy, Jan Kutalaba. I'm going Umar Sy. Jan Kutalaba is just a dumb bag of bricks. Like, I'm going to probably make the title. This card is dumb. This immovable. No. I don't know. This is dumb versus dumb. Like, I don't know. Like, this card is filled with idiots. Umar Sy, I don't know how the fuck he lost to Alonzo Metafield. I don't know what the game plan was, but it wasn't it. But he's legit skilled. He's got legit grappling. I think that was a TKO or something. Yeah, from back mount. Yeah, Umar Sy is legit good. Unless he comes in lackadaisical like his Alonzo Metafield, he should masterclass Jan Kutalaba. We're going to move on. Amanda Lemos, Jillian Roberts. I have an idea for this one. Heads on the left. That is Lemos. We're going to go with the Canadian because we're fucking Canadian. That's why we're doing it. We're going to go decision 29-28. Yeah, Amanda Lemos just looks like she can't harm anything. Jillian Roberts, Canadian, so we always, like, we know this. Canadian women are really good at fighting. I don't know what it is. They just are, okay? So, yeah, Jillian Roberts is going to get it done via 29-28. We're going to move on. Main event. Josh Emmett, Kevin Vallejos. Now, we've seen this fight already like 3 times. This is going to be Kevin Vallejos on the outside. Pick, run away. Pick, run away. Get into a firefight, pick, run away. And it's going to be that for 5 rounds. We're going Kevin Vallejos via decision. I'm predicting it to be almost exactly like what Lerone Murphy's fight was. Josh Emmett just got subbed via engaging a little too fast and getting a little too overzealous. He's not going to do that this fight. He's just not. And I think a hesitant Josh Emmett who's only bombing overhand rights and then running away isn't going to do shit to Vallejos. Am I a little bit worried that Vallejos was getting schooled by Giga until he KO'd Giga? Yeah. Do I trust in Kevin Vallejos? No. I genuinely have no faith that this guy makes it past, like, the Josh Emmett. Maybe Yair. He could be Yair, to be fair. But, like, Kevin Vallejos so far has been good. But he is just being... Dude, he's being fucking Hulk Wolverine team up, just tossed into the enemy team right now. But he's getting the easiest picks of his life, you know? Like, he's diving a Black Widow. Like, congrats. You dive the easiest character you can fucking dive. You know what I mean? But I think this is just a 1 + 1 = 2. Josh Emmett bombs overhand rights, and unless you're dumb and don't move your head like Bryce Mitchell, up a weight class, you're probably beating Josh Emmett. You know, if Yair beats Josh Emmett via sub, I think anyone can. Josh Emmett doesn't notoriously wrestle because every time he does, he gets subbed recently. And yeah, he doesn't know what a combination is. He throws one strike. And that's really all I have to say. That has been my predictions for UFC Fight Night. Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos. I think it's going to be a shit event. I think there's going to be a lot of decisions. Oh my god, man. There's going to be so many fucking decisions. There's upset potential. I've picked a few underdogs. I hope if you're gambling, good luck. I don't gamble, but tune in to the stream Saturday night. And I want to thank you for making it to the end of this video. And as always, I hope you have a good day.